So, joining me now to discuss that, Dana Perino, co-host of The Five. She served as White House press secretary under President George W. Bush. Dana, great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
So, as Dyer Walt would say, there's a nice little pepper jelly for her right before her convention kicks off, if she wins.
When the book came out a year or 18 months ago, it was quite explosive. And I remember it wasn't just the right who was saying, my gosh, look what the Clintons are doing. It was a lot of journalists and some people on the left, but journalists were saying, this looks a little fishy. Like, they don't care about Benghazi, unbelievably, given your last segment. They don't really care about the email thing. They're like, oh, it doesn't matter to them. This actually seemed to bother them. Now, this documentary probably will not be embraced by the mainstream media or the left, but I do think that it will pack a punch, and it's just yet another bad thing for Hillary.
The allegations were essentially that people were paying to have access to her, to get favors done by her while she was Secretary of State, and, you know, her husband was at the Clinton Foundation, her daughter was running the Clinton Foundation, and so on. And so you can't do that. You can't buy favor from a politician and get favorable behavior and response. But Steve Bannon is the producer. He's the guy from Trump Art, right? Breitbart.com. Like, this is not even an attempt to be a nonpartisan thing.
The Clinton Cash, the book, really was.
Right. It's surprising to see Schweitzer partner with Bannon.
Well, I mean, he might have been the best option for Schweitzer at that point. But I do think that something like when Bill Clinton says, I had to pay our bills, it's probably taken out of context. I remember when Michael Moore did his documentary about President Bush, and he cuts that piece at the golf course. He says, now watch this drive. And it looked terrible for President Bush. So regardless of who produced it or what it is, like, for people who are going to watch it that are still either undecided or maybe not that motivated to vote, could this hurt? Yes, and you know, she does have a problem with women. But why do corruption bothers them? Why
do you think that will have any greater impact than the book did, or for that matter, the film 13 Hours, you know, about the Benghazi heroes?
It's one of the reasons why your show is so popular. It's visual. We are a visual consumer. That's exactly right.
That's what you're saying.
This is why people tune in to watch, because it's good television, and people won't remember the Clinton Cash book. I mean, if they watch Fox, maybe they go, oh yeah, I kind of have a vague memory. But visual memory is different.
Easier to remember.
And remember, Donald Trump has decided that his nickname for Hillary will be Crooked Hillary. It's already stuck. So you add something like this documentary, which is not coming out till July, but we're talking about it here in May, so you're going to hear about this for the next 3 months. Yeah, it will have a lasting impression.
What do you make of the fact that, you know, the Clinton campaign is going to release everything it has against Donald Trump, and even now we're hearing some of the mainstream media, like the Washington Post, is just going deep dive on Trump's background. And so could this threat potentially be neutralized by Hillary? And how, we always talk about people underestimating Trump. What about those who underestimate the Clintons when it comes to fighting with bare knuckles?
That's another reason people are going to tune in every night from between now and November 8th, because you don't know what's going to happen.
All right.
I really always do have good news.
And the good news is
another reason to, you know, just keep paying attention here. So when Trump goes after Hillary, a lot of people say, well, everyone knows everything about Hillary, but nobody's gone after Hillary in this way yet. It will make some people uncomfortable. It will probably be a very uncivil campaign from both sides, and it will just be sort of a race to the bottom. I would expect that they're going to try to do everything to win, so whatever they have about Donald Trump, they will use, and the media will probably use it. But can it be neutralized not by just this documentary, but by Donald Trump? Maybe.
He said 10 days ago or so, we can go the low road. She wants to go the low road.
Yeah, if she wants, it's her choice.
That's all right. Dana, great to see you.